It's hilarious that non-Americans on Tumblr are all like, OMG, Denny's Tumblr makes me wish I lived in America so I could eat there, while us Americans will literally only eat at Denny's if it's 3 in the morning and we've lost control of our life. You don't go to Denny's. You end up at Denny's. And not that Denny's. Let's go to the good one across town. The accuracy of this scares me so much. Scientists found a cure for fascism. Why am I chuckling so hard? The cure for fascism is politically motivated threats of brutal physical violence. That's literally fascism. Yeah, remember how we defeated fascism in World War II through polite conversation? Every time someone is like, okay, make your Christmas list, I'm like, well, suddenly it turns out I've never desired anything in my fucking life. What do you want for Christmas? Actually, I've chosen to become a monk and have given up all material possessions, me, every single year. This is literally how I feel. Top 5 things in cartoon trash. Apple core, fish skeleton, bottle, tin can with a jar lid, miscellaneous background lumps of dark green. How the F can you leave out my main man banana peel? Me, reaching into my dresser drawer for black pants. I hope this isn't the pair with big holes worn in the inner thighs. Marie Kondo, gently over my shoulder. Why is a pair of pants you find unwearable still in your dresser drawer? Me. Oh that's right. The dresser is for clothes that under some circumstance I might conceivably wear. Marie Kondo, beaming proudly. Yes, that's correct. These pants must have been your favorites. How wonderful that they were so comfortable and practical that you wore them out. But now, since they no longer function as pants, you should move them from the drawer where you keep your functioning pants. Me. Yes, thanks, I got it. They're in the fabric basket now. Marie Kondo, fading back into the darkness. I love what you've done with the kitchen. The notion of Con Mary as some creepy semi-embodied, but entirely benevolent spirit, like a well-intentioned Bloody Mary, is so perfect and wonderful. Marie Kondo has the same powers, but the exact opposite energy of the Duolingo owie. Yes, Marie Kondo. Your room isn't very clean, but that's okay. I love mess. Does this spark joy? Duolingo owl. I wrote the ransom note in Spanish, and if you have to use Google Translate to read it, your kid gets it. You broke your streak. I'll break your neck. Marie Kondo holding your child while standing on the remains of the Duolingo owl. The bird did not spark joy. Cool scenario. What if a disgusting little gremlin lived in your house and he said, a kiss on the cheek, and I'll leave you free. Away from your house, I shall be. Would you do it? Depends on what cheek you catch onto quick. He does not even know. Know what? The economic state of America. Hey, Icarus bro, wanna order some hot wings? Oh my god, I'm so fucking sorry dude. Brings this to a friend who doesn't own a cat's house and sticks it under the door frame while they're in the bathroom. Ever notice that the mean voice in her head that insults you is awful confident for something that's literally never done anything in its life except be mean to you? Like, one of us is pathetic and it's not me buddy. Get a hobby. Yikes. Self-care is roasting the mean voice in your head. Miles, who is that? This is my Uncle Peter. What? Miles whose morals' biggest weakness is the cover story. Peter, lying out of his ass. I was married to his uncle R and he just never let you know. Jefferson, later. Do you think Aaron never told us? Because Peter's Rio, tall. Jefferson, I didn't think Aaron liked tall people. Jefferson, but listen, Aaron might have married a white boy just to annoy me, specifically. It's a thing he would do. Rio, I can't hear you. I'm asleep. I have a shift in 4 hours. I really wish there was a way Uncle Aaron lived and came back to meet his husband at some point now. Aaron. Miles, I love you, and I'm proud of you, but you are somehow the smartest and dumbest boy I have ever known. Miles, says the man who used his big brain to become a criminal when he cold been a black Tony Stark with that gear he made, and thought working for the Kingpin, who everyone knows will throw his minions away like tissues, was a good idea. Peter. He makes a good point. Babe, you did kind of mess up first. Aaron, call me babe again and see what happens. I'll whoop you with a collapsed lung. All I see is fake marriage AU, but it's also enemies to lovers. Are you guys making me ship Uncle Aaron and Uncle Peter B. Parker now? I did not expected this post to go there the first time I saw it. This also makes for the most awkward Thanksgiving dinner ever. Like, Peter B just happens to be in Miles' universe for the holiday and gets dragooned into coming over for food. Last time you cried? Like 15 minutes ago. Have you ever seen anything more relatable? What the numbers could mean on football players' backs. Their age. How many people they've killed. How good they are at football. How many footballs they can carry at once. How many more points they gotta score before they can stop playing football. That's their names. How many footballs they've eaten. New York is a hellscape. A stranger asked me to marry him and then immediately bolted away down the street, screaming God said no. God said no, and I watched a dude have a loud verbal disagreement with a pigeon, and I think the pigeon won. Me. Mom. I could realistically grab that sleeping pigeon. Stranger from behind me with a thick Scottish accent. Well, what ya gonna do with it then? Me. New son. Stranger. Fair enough. Speed walks past me. Watched a man eat chunks of raw chicken out of his backpack by skewering it with a pocket knife. Today in Target a woman firmly grabbed me by the shoulders, looked me dead in the eyes, and said, "But now," in a heavy accent, and I was absolutely baffled and horrified until her English speaking friend behind her said, "She means bathroom. I'm so sorry. I fking swear you can't experience this anywhere else." Saves rare items for the most dire of situations. Gets through the whole game without using any of them. What if there's an emergency? Gets into an emergency. What if there's a bigger emergency? I want food gummy. Food gummy, food gummy. He's licking his lips. He's checking it twice. 5 minutes left on his microwave rice. It really is next to impossible to write realistic sibling dialogue. I just passed my brother on the stairs, and instead of greeting each other like human beings, I said Born Survivor, and he said YouTube Rewind. Let's set it to rewind. Like you ain't gonna find that shit in a novel. Oh man, writing siblings is so wild, because sometimes you just can't portray it. Me and my little brother don't even greet each other. If we pass each other on the stairs or in the corridor, we jump into ridiculous fight stances, then feign karate chopping and slapping each other, stopping just before we make contact, whilst making "hiya" and "paw" noises for a solid 30 seconds, then silently walk off and continue what we were doing. And then sometimes he'll either just do the had to do it to them pose when I enter the room, or dab as a greeting. Exactly. I have 3 younger brothers, and the original post was just about the oldest. The middle one and me usually do some kind of elaborate dab also, and a lot of the time, when I see the youngest, I just yell his name like a wrestling commentator. Siblings have a different language. Last night I went up to my brother and said, "Are we snakes?" By which I meant, "Do you want to go to Steak and Shake for burgers at 4 AM? And he responded, "Death is coming," which I understood meant yes, but I'm tired, so it'll have to be earlier. And somehow, without any further conversation, we both wound up in the car going to Steak and Shake at 2 AM. If you sibling long enough, your conversations become divorced from human language entirely. I had a dream that mentions of magic were banned, so Harry Potter had to be reprinted with wizard replaced with cool guy, and any mention of magic spell replaced with sweet trick. The Ministry of Sweet Tricks. Me, whenever anyone raises their voice even half an octave at me.